What is going on, guys? So in this video I'm going to be talking about my Demise OTK deck post Soul Fusion. I'm not going to waffle too much, hopefully. Now there's a lot of card text and stuff, so I'm not going to talk about every little bit, but let's just get into it as quick as I can. For those of you who care, this is super budget deck and can actually hold its own against the meta. For a deck that's what, like €30 or whatever, I mean, it can pretty much beat some of the decks that are worth hundreds and stuff. If you get the right draw or whatever, it's wicked. And some of the new support in Savage Strike will make this deck crazy. I have a couple of replays to show you. I don't actually I barely lost. I know that's kind of saying a lot, but I've literally, in all the replays I've done, I've won so much. I just wanted to show the ones that I've actually won. Like, I've won, like, it was cool kind of against a good deck. I didn't want to show the duels against bad decks, so I used most of the replays from meta decks. Now obviously these guys, you have to go second in the deck. That's the only kind of downside. If you go first, you are going to lose. So in matches like that, that's where it doesn't really work. If you do go first, you are going to lose. It's just going to be a thing, like a lot of the time against meta decks. Now a lot of time against a rogue deck, you're probably going to beat them anyway. But yeah, it's really good. And then in the next, like I said, Savage Strike with the new Incantation, Ritual Monster, new Incantation spell card, the deck just gets crazy. It gets crazy. It's super good. But anyway, so let's talk about my choices and what I picked and why I picked them. So, Demise, Supreme King of Armageddon, the big Demise, basically has the effect to wipe the entire board for the mere 2,000 life points. Since it's an OTK, you don't mind spending life points. It's a level 10, 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense. It can't be destroyed by battle. All ritual monsters can't be destroyed by battle. And then if you use ritual monsters to summon it, you don't even have to pay those 2,000 life points. That's the effect in a nutshell. Rune Supreme Queen is the next one. You can't have the king without the queen. And basically what this one does is... it can't be destroyed by card effects. Makes all ritual monsters unable to be destroyed by card effects. It's 2,900 attack, 3,000 defense, like the last one, level 10. It's a light fairy, and the other one's Dark Fiend. And basically what it does is, if it attacks a monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack when it's destroyed. And then if you use ritual monsters to summon it, you can attack twice. So that's another thing. Let's say you get the OTK, so you're attacking with 29, 3,000, which is over 8,000. And then if you're attacking a monster or you're activating Demise effect, Demise also, when it destroys all the cards on the field, your opponent loses 200 for each card they control. So if they have like Altergeist and a load of traps and you activate, I mean, Altergeist can still kind of counteract this deck even when you go second, but I'm just saying, like, it will inflict a good bit of damage. Then we're running two of the OG Demise King, the old ones. They're super. This is why the deck is super budget. These came out recently. These were expensive and they came back as a reprint very, very recently. But yeah, so this one basically is a very small version. Just use 2,000 life points or whatever, 2,000 life points, and destroy your opponent's field. It's level 8 as well, and the artwork is still wicked. And these, back in the day, they were hard to get or whatever. So the next one we have Baby Demise and Baby Rune. So Rune, Angel of Oblivion, and Demise, Agent of Armageddon. So the way these ones work is you're just going to be using tribute. You're not really going to summon these. I mean, you can, but you're probably better not. You're better off just keeping them in your hand if you do have them. That's what I do anyway. So the way they work is they kind of work like Ben 10, which is the next card I'm going to be showing you, Cyber Ranger Ben 10. But you tribute them, and then you get kind of an extra bit of defense on your Demise and your Queen, Ruin or whatever. You get like a little bit of extra. So like, with Rune, your opponent can't activate card effects during the battle phase, and Demise, your opponent can't target them or stop their card effects or whatever. So they're good that way. I mean, they have additional effects, but I'm not going to talk about them because I don't use them, so there's no point even talking about them. So the next one we have is 2 Ben 10. Ben 10 is a really, really good card because it's a level 6. So level 6 and 4 is 10, which is exactly what you want for your big monsters. It's easily searched, and then if it's tributed, which is going to be tributed, you can search out a light fairy. So you can search out your big Rune to get that, or you can search out your Manju, which can search it out as well. So yeah, so there's that as well. So that's why you're running 2 Ben 10. Next, one of the most important cards is your 3 Manju. Manju is just a staple in most, if not all, ritual decks. Manju just searches out any ritual monster or any ritual spell. All you have to do is give up your normal summon, which isn't that bad, and then you can just tribute it off or whatever. Next, some of the newer support. I mean, this isn't the new support. I'll show you the new support very soon, but some of the newer support. So you have Incantation Talismandra and Incantation Candle. I'm going to talk about two of them together because they're just polar opposites of each other. So the way they work is with Talismandra, you can reveal a ritual monster and special summon it and another incantation monster from your deck, like Candle. And Candle is the exact opposite. If you have a ritual spell in your hand, and then you can reveal it, special summon this and another incantation monster from your deck. Then if they're special summoned, they each gain an effect. If Talismandra is special summoned, he gets to search a ritual monster from the deck. And if Candle is special summoned, you get to search out a ritual spell from your deck. So they work out really well, and they work out as level 10 together, so that's why they work super, super well with probably Gishki's and Demise, because Gishki's main boss monster is level 10, and so is Demise, so it works out just super well. They have that little playback or drawback where you can't special summon a monster from the extra deck, but a lot of time that really doesn't matter. Next, for some of the new support, we have 2 Incantation Bookstone and 2 Incantation Pencil Plume. I'm not sure why they changed to Silver Pen. That was the name, Incantation Silver Pen and Bookstone, but they changed it to Pencil Plume because of the purple little colour it has. Anyway, so Incantation Bookstone and Pencil Plume are the polar opposites of each other, like Candle and Mandrake. Is it still Mandrake actually? Did I even check? No, Talismandra. Sorry, it used to be called Mandrake. I'm getting confused with the OCG name. So, Bookstone basically does the same. You can reveal a ritual spell, special summon itself, or Incantation Pencil Plume. You can reveal a ritual monster and special summon it, and then special summon incantation from the deck. So if you wanted, you can actually special summon Mandrake or whatever. If you know what I mean, if you draw this, you can actually special summon any one of these 1, 2, 3 from the deck. You don't have to do this one, but this one basically searches. This one searches monsters from the graveyard instead of the deck. So they're basically exact same as Candle and Talismandra, except for from the graveyard instead. So I'd use Bookstone probably more. I mean, I could drop this down to 1 maybe. But I'm not sure, you know. I mean, you can do it. The only thing, it works fairly well, and you won't matter about the levels really when you have Cycle of the World instead of End of the World, and explain that in a bit. But yeah, so they search from the graveyard, the ritual monsters and ritual spells. The next little techie card is Exodios, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. You can special or normal summon this, or special summon this card from your hand by shuffling all monsters in the graveyard back into the deck. And it's a level 10, so you contribute as well. So there's that. That's why you're using that. Next, for the ritual spells, that's all the monsters. So for the ritual spells, you're running 3 End of the World. End of the World is a little bit bad because you can only summon any of your rune, any of your rune or demise. But the levels have to be perfect. They have to be level 10, 8 or 4, which is very direct, you know. It's not, you can't exceed the levels, you have to do the levels, which isn't great. And then you have Cycle of the World, which isn't that great either, just because you have to use the monsters on the field, but they can exceed the levels. So it's not too bad. Cycle of the World, then also you can banish it from the graveyard and search out one of the End of the World. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's they work really well together, but they could probably have mixed Cycle of the World into End of the World, have it kind of the same, but they didn't do that. So you need to run both. Then we have the best ritual spell to run in every ritual deck. It's not ritual spell, sorry, but it is as well. So pre-preparation rites basically searches out your medium demise. This one and End of the World or Cycle of the World, you can actually search out both with pre-preparation of rites. So that's why we're running demise, because you need to be able to use this just to thin out your deck a little bit, and it all searches and stuff, so it's good. Then we're running Preparation of Rites, just another card to get any of your level 4s or your Ben 10 to your hand. And then if you do end up using like discarding a card or something, you have ritual spell card in the graveyard, you can always get that back to your hand as well. So it's good. Then we're running 2 Pot of Desires. When the new Pot of Debauchery or something, whenever the new card comes out, whatever, that gets rid of cards in the extra deck, I think it's like 6 cards to draw 2 cards. I'll probably be changing, or I'll be running the both, and that's the extra bit of draw power as well. But this card is still, if you're getting most of your parts, you need 1 or 2 parts for the OTK, you're better off going for the OTK. Even if you banish the stuff you need, you're still more than likely going to benefit from banishing cards from your deck. Next, the new card from Soul Fusion as well is Extra Foolish Burial, as well as the other incantations. Of those of you who don't know, Extra Foolish Burial is you pay half your life points and send a monster from the extra deck to the graveyard, and then I will show you why that is very good very soon. But basically you're going to use it with this card, Herald of Arclight. And the last card is Monster Reborn, just in case when you do summon your Demise or Ruin and your opponent destroys them, you can just get them back, just in case. I mean, it doesn't always help, but sometimes it does. So next, for the extra deck, I only run 2 cards, which is fine, because that's all you need. So we have Herald of Arclight. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to search any ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck. So it's just a free search with extra Foolish Burial. If you want to run multiples, you can. And then we have Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav Max. So the 2 monsters are level 10 as well, Exodios, and you can go to level 10. And if you if your opponent still has 2,000 life points, you can just discard the material and just burn them for 2,000, which is super good. So that's it for the video, guys. Please keep an eye out for those replays and stuff very soon. And thanks for watching, and good luck.